What's up? Alright, so here it is, Tuesday. Back with my little update video here. I'm not where I wanted to be with this. I was hoping to bring you a running four-wheeler. But I got the plastics on, that's a plus. Took it over to my buddy's house. Figured after everything, I had it cranking and stuff. A little bit of backfire. Figured we were going to have it started and running. So took it over there. Figured we could get it started and I could ride it. Well, let's just say that led to us tearing the top end of the motor off and resetting the timing on it because somebody had the timing set wrong on it. But even still, it doesn't fire, which is very confusing to me because we have fuel, we have spark. The CDI box works because we put it onto his Raptor and it ran fine. We put his CDI box onto mine, same thing. We've done rectifier, coil. I mean, the wire harness will be here Thursday. So I'm hoping that something is grounded out. I don't know. I can't quite wrap my head around what is going on here. I have changed the stator and all this other shit. And I just can't figure out what the issue is here. Like, it cranks and cranks and cranks and cranks, and we've smoked another starter. It's on its way out. I've got a new starter on the way. So, but the starter, it still goes, but it's on its last leg. I don't know. I don't know if it's in the wire that goes to the ignition switch or what, or something's like, I'm at a loss here. Like, I had it running just fine. It wasn't backfiring or nothing. So it can't be anything mechanical. It's got to be something electrical. It's got to be. Because it ran fine. I've even got a clip of it running that I sent to somebody. I wasn't expecting it to start. I was trying to show them what the problem was, and it fired up. And I revved it, and it revved fine. It idled fine. I don't get it. Now it won't start. I mean, the carburetor's been rebuilt on it too. The timing's been set. Timing was off by a little bit. So, but still it ran. I don't get it. My mind is blown here. Like, any possible thing that could be changed or fixed has been changed except for the wiring harness. So, it doesn't make any sense. I don't even know if the battery's got enough juice in it to go. Kabam! I don't get it. And then shit falls from the ceiling. Like, you see that shit falling from the ceiling? I don't get it. So it's getting fire. It's getting fuel. I don't know. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. It's killing me here. It did that, though, when I started it the first time, when I had it running, because I've had it running twice. When I had it running the first time, it backfired a few times. And then it ran and revved it up. We pole started this thing. I was going to catch a video because my buddy rode it around the yard while his girlfriend pulled him around the yard. I was going to catch a clip of it going around the yard and what it was doing. Like, we had it in gear. The motor was turning. It sounded like it was going to start, but you push the gas and just bogs out, not getting fuel. Like, or like it's not getting fuel, but you could hear it firing. So I don't know if maybe it's not getting enough fuel or what, but the carburetor's been completely rebuilt. Maybe there's something bad in the carburetor. I don't know. I mean, I have no idea. I'm racking my mind over here. Like, the potential that it could just be the carburetor or something stupid is so great right now. Like, But it's been like a chain of events that is just crazy. That the stator was bad. Like, we smoked this starter, melted that out. Here's the stator coil. Like, it's all chewed up. Stator coil's bad. Here's the rest of the starter, all chewed up. Like, all these parts were bad that we changed. Like, the wiring harness that was there on it before I fixed it had a bunch of burnt wires like this one. This was wrapped around a whole bunch of wires and they're burnt together. So I don't know if the wiring problem fried a bunch of stuff or what. He said that he replaced the flywheel and the starter clutch on it before, because the starter clutch, something broke and there was parts all inside of the side cover and it destroyed the stator, but he still used the stator coil. So I don't know, we replaced that. So I mean, we got good spark, we got good electrical now. I don't get it. Now it won't fire. So it could just be something stupid, like maybe one of these wires in the CDI box, this plug has been replaced, but that green and white wire, or white and green wire, that was broken off inside the plug because it was corroded, maybe there's another one somewhere that's corroded. I don't know. The new wiring harness I ordered, I mean, it's used, it's new to me, but it's got no cuts in it except for there's to the reverse switch, but I've got the plug for that, so I'll fix that. So I mean, actually that's to the neutral safety switch, or the rev limiter, that's what it was. So that's what that goes to. So we're just gonna, I guess, solder that up and then connect it and shrink wrap it and everything and do it the right way. It's got a new solenoid with it, a new battery cable. Like, this one has just been smoked from trying to start it. So I don't know, man. Like, if anybody's got any ideas. And the thing is, like, people are coming at me with stuff and telling me things to try, and they're all things that I've already tried. I'm trying to find that one thing that I haven't looked at yet. I've even thought of kill switches, because this is not the stock handlebars on here. There used to be a tether. So these aren't the stock handlebars. There was a tether clip that was right here with a plunger, that if you were to fall off, that pulls a ring, it's around it, and the plunger drops in and grounds it out. That's not here. There's also another switch on the clutch that goes right in here. I'm not exactly sure how that works. But then that leaves us with two empty plugs that I'm not sure what they go to. I mean, we've got this one, which is a headlight plug. We've got another one, which is a headlight plug, which I got run to my LED light. And then there's another one on the other side. No, there's two headlight wires. So we've got everything up here hooked up. The only thing that's not hooked up to anything is this headlight wire. And then there's this mysterious wire on the side, right here. This plug, don't know what that goes to. It comes out right here. There's nothing that could plug into on the motorcycle. So I'm not sure what that goes to, unless it's some low fuel gauge or something that doesn't come on this four-wheeler. And then there's this one, which I'm told is the brake light. Those are the only 4 plugs that aren't plugged in. But back to, it ran fine. First time it fired up, it ran fine. But I saw smoke coming from up here, and I freaked out and I shut it down. And it was just exhaust leaking. So then after that, I went to try to start it up, and I had fried the starter. The starter was smoked. I was like, all right, cool, whatever. I just got to get a new starter. So I waited a few days and got a new starter. Put the new starter in there. And then I think that's when, I don't remember exactly how it went. I know I smoked the starter that time, though. And I waited for a starter. I think in that time, I was waiting for a starter, was when I took the carburetor off and cleaned it. Put the carburetor back on. And then I got my starter, put the starter in. And then it was leaking gas. Like, oh my God. But it was running. So then I shut it off. And I completely rebuilt the carb. Got a carb kit. Put it in the solvent. Soaked it. Cleaned it. Got proper fuel flow. Cleaned out all the jets and everything with the compressor. Put it back together. And then... I can't remember exactly how that went. But now it won't fire up now. So I don't know if I cooked something else or what the fuck. I don't know. I'm lost. I'm lost. It won't stay running. I'm wondering maybe if it's just a bad solenoid. Like, the way it's acting to me, it's firing, it's getting fuel. The way it's acting to me is like, it won't run outside of pushing the ignition down. Once you let go of it, it just kills it. But the way the kill switch is if the kill switch is engaged here, the starter won't turn. So, like, to me, I don't see that being a problem. I see that as functioning properly. But I guess maybe it could be shorted, but it doesn't feel like anybody ever used that. It feels like they just turn the key off to shut it off. Because that's what I do. I'm hoping that it's just in the solenoid. Because, I mean, then that would be an easy fix. Because the other solenoid I had is bad. I burnt that up. Now when you run it and you hit the start button, it'll try to start a few times, but then the starter or the solenoid will lock open or lock closed, and then it'll just keep rolling and rolling and rolling until you have to unhook the battery, and you're about smoking stuff while it's sitting there trying to run. So it could possibly be that, but I don't know. I don't know nothing about that type of stuff. I know that works. I know that the stator coil works. I know the coil works. There's certain things that in this process of doing this that I've learned about that I know new to me. That I now know about. But I still don't know how the fuck a solenoid... I know a solenoid is basically a relay. So I'm just not sure how it does when it's just running. If it's even doing anything anymore. It's just to run the starter as far as I knew. So, I don't know. I guess it could cause a start issue. Or a run issue. I don't know. But when we're pulling it around the yard, the motor's turning, it's firing because you can hear it firing and trying to run. But it ain't. Like, when you're cranking it, you can see it puffing exhaust out. Somebody else suggested a valve adjustment. That's one thing that we haven't done. It's one thing that I'm looking into that doesn't look too difficult to do. I just don't know. I feel like I'm right there. I feel like I'm so close. I feel like it's like... the next thing I do is going to make it run. But then the thing is, it ran without having a valve adjustment before. It didn't backfire. I mean, it did till it got to that point. So, like, I keep using that as a process of elimination, that it ran. So I don't know. And now it won't. Now it just backfires. But it's getting good spark. The timing's good. It just doesn't make sense to me. Like... I'm the son of a mechanic. My dad taught me a lot of stuff about cars. I've worked on my own cars for years. Now, there's certain electrical things that I don't know a lot about, but I know about. I'm not stupid when it comes to the stuff. But, like, even my small engine guy is like, he keeps telling me to check these things that I've replaced and I've tested and I've done. And I'm like, nah. Because then when I go to like valve adjustment, I'm like, but it ran. It ran fine. It revved fine. Like, I was geeked because I was ready to put the plastics on and go ride it. But now, it won't. So I'm confused as to why it won't run. Like, it struggled to start. I got it started. Here's the thing, though. This is the thing for me. Like, I got it to run, but I never got to the point where I shut it off and started it back up to see if it was a consistent thing. Because the first time when I started it and ran it, and I saw that smoke, I mean, it could have been the starter smoking out. That might have been what that smoke was. But I don't think so, because it didn't puff of smoke. It was like a little cloud of smoke came out like after I'd been running it for a minute. So, I don't know. It was running fine, but I shut it down and didn't get started back up because the starter was melted out. Then the second time, I didn't start it back up. I should have tried. Even with it leaking gas, it was just dripping. I didn't start it back up because it was dripping gas. To see if, at that point, it would start again and again and again. So, like, I don't know. I don't know what else to do. I'm probably going to attempt to do a valve adjustment on it. But I think I want to wait for this wiring harness. Because I feel like that's causing me a lot of problems. I feel like it started up and it ran fine. And then I've been moving these wires around. And either something broke, like a ground, or something's touching something. But when I inspected the harness, I didn't see any more burnt wires. I took out all the burnt and I replaced. So, I mean, it could be something just stupid like that. So I don't really want to go and do any more major stuff until I figure that out, until I get this new wiring harness. Because it could just be the solenoid, or it could be just I moved some stuff around when I took the carburetor out and I rubbed a couple wires together that I missed that had a bare spot. Like, oh God, I don't know. It's horrible. I'm hoping it's just a wiring problem. Because, like, what else could it be? You know? What else could it be? Other than an electrical issue. I don't know. I'm going to cut it off here. I just want to let you guys know what's going on. I don't want to leave you hanging because I know I got some people that are now they're dedicated subscribers, which I thank you. I like having somebody to be able to talk to about these things and somebody that can respond back. Oh, these kids are driving me absolutely nuts. I'm telling you what. Like, oh, this stuff needs to go away. I wish they would go back to school, but our governor signed an order that they're not going back to school this year. So 6 months I'm stuck with these little bastards. I love my children. Don't get me wrong, but oh my God, I need a break sometimes. Or at least so they can go to grandma's house. Like, holy crap. 6 months. That's the longest summer vacation ever. But, no, I'd rather have them not in school getting sick and stuff. But, holy cow, they're going nuts, too, being stuck here with me. Let me tell you. Like, I tell them I'm going outside. I'm going outside. They're eating lunch. Okay, I figure I'm safe that I can record a little clip. Let everybody know what's going on. Talk about it. And this child, every time, the 6-year-old, every time I come out here, comes running out to ask me a question. Okay, I told you what I was doing. Like, why you gotta interrupt me, brah? He comes out here in his pajamas with his tennis shoes on, like his footed pajamas, with some tennis shoes on over top of them. Oh. So, yes. So, that's where we're at. I guess Thursday, wiring harness is coming in, so another 2 days. So, I think I've done a video like every 2 days. So, new wiring harness comes in. That's an easy plug. Stuff it through the holes, plug it in. So, I guess we'll be putting another video out maybe Thursday or Friday. I want to be riding this soon. I got to go the fastest on it the other day when we were trying to pull start it. But it's pretty sketchy because they had the ratchet strap. They used a ratchet strap to tie them together, but then they doubled up the ratchet strap and made a loop. So I was like 3 feet away from the other one going. And like every time that she would slam on the brakes because she was looking for traffic or whatever, and I wasn't paying attention, I almost rear into the back end of her. Need a longer strap next time. But hopefully we don't have to pull start this thing again. Hopefully we can just fire it up, roll it over, and it'll go. So, but if anybody has any ideas, drop it in the comments. Let me know. I'm not gonna like try to dismiss you or anything, but if it's something I've already tried, I'll just let you know. Like I'm at a loss here. Like even my small engine guy's at a loss here. Like he's just trying to give me ideas of what it could be, and I don't even think he knows, to be honest with you. Because like he came over and looked at it, and he saw that white and green wire, and I fixed that, and he's like, "Oh, you're doing a good job. You're on the right path." And I'm like, "Well, thanks." So then he had to go back to work. So I don't know. We're at 20 minutes right now, so I'm gonna cut this off. So all y'all be safe. And oh yeah, I came up with a new name for this because like somebody this thing when it backfires, like it echoes across. Like we got this swamp over here. It echoes across the other side, and it echoes back and forth a few times. And then the other day I was in the garage and I had the door closed, and it backfired and it knocked dirt off of the ceiling. And I was like, holy crap. And my girlfriend from the house calls me on the phone at 3 o'clock in the morning. She's in bed trying to sleep. And she says, "Are you in the house?" And I'm like, "No. Why?" She's like, "Did you just make a loud noise?" I'm like, "Yeah, why?" She said, "I just thought one of the kids fell out of bed. I was looking through the house and I was looking all over and I thought maybe somebody was in the house." I was like, "Nope, that was me." And then the other day we were at my buddy's house trying to start it in the garage for the last time after we put the head back on, the valve cover back on. And we're trying to start it and it backfired a couple times. And oh, we're in the middle part of his pole barn and like it backfires the last time we give it one last roll, and this 1 gallon oil jug all the way down by the door blows off the shelf and hits the floor, and the funnel hits. It's so loud, like it's jarring. And then we have this Facebook page out here called the Napoleon News that everybody wants to report everything on, and like they'll even report it on here before they call the police. It's ridiculous. They're always like, "What's that explosion? Did anybody hear that explosion? This, that, and the other thing." Last night, somebody's like, "Did you hear those gunshots at like 9:30? Did anybody hear those gunshots?" And I'm like, "Oh my God, I have a name for my four-wheeler. Shots fired." Right there. Shots fired. Both sides. Hell yes. That's it. Stay safe. Wash your hands. Until next time, keep it classy.